Ayan. So, in our adjusting entries, ito yung two words na dapat natin tandaan. Adjusting entries, an entry made at the end of a fiscal period to bring an account balance up to date. Also, yung prepaid expenses. Ito naman yung mga expenses that are paid more than 1 month in advance. So, up to this point, the bookkeeping or accounting cycle has followed these steps. A business transaction occurs, resulting in a source document, an invoice. So, yung sa invoice, meron tayong sales and purchases. Meron tayong check, debit or credit memorandum. Accounting cycle, we have the transaction for journalizing. The journal entry is posted to ledger accounts and yun nga, meron tayong trial balance ay na-prepare na. So, next step natin in the cycle is to prepare a type of journal entry called an adjusting entry. These entries are necessary to ensure that all of the accounts accurately reflect the financial position of the business. Some changes in account balances have not been recorded in the journals and therefore not posted to accounts. It is necessary to bring them up to date. This is accomplished by entering adjustments in the general journal and posting these adjusting entries to the general ledger. Several common types of adjustments are described below. So dito, meron tayong iba't ibang adjustment na ginagawa sa ating book of book of accounts. So, una dito, yung supplies. So, the trial balance lists the supplies account at an amount which includes its beginning balance plus any supplies acquired during the fiscal period. The fact that some of these supplies have been used during the fiscal period has not been recorded. Therefore, a supplies inventory is taken to determine the value on hand at the end of the fiscal period. To find the amount used during the time, the ending inventory is subtracted from the account balance. Okay? Kung may inventory tayo every year, so ibabawas lang natin kung ano yung balance natin. So the difference is the expense for supplies, the adjusting entry debit supplies expense, and credit supplies for that difference. So, kung mag-a-adjust tayo kung may pumasok or lumabas na supplies natin. It is important to understand the purpose of both the supplies account and the supplies expense account. The supplies account is an asset that reports the amount of supplies the business has on hand. Supplies expense is an expense account that reports the amount of supplies that was used by the business during a period of time. So, nagre-report tayo, 'di ba, during monthly. So, every month na a-update natin kung magkano po yung supplies natin. So, next po, in adjusting entries is yung prepaid expenses. Prepaid expense is a term used for expenses that are paid more than 1 month. So, prepaid expense, no, pag narinig nyo po yung more than 1 month in advance, so, ang category niya po is prepaid expense. Although these accounts have the word expense in the title, they are actually asset accounts. Okay, my example is commonly used prepared expense as prepared insurance and prepared rent, prepaid rent. If a business pays for only 1 month's worth of insurance, it would record that as insurance expense. However, if the business paid for 2 or more months of insurance at one time, it would record that payment as prepaid insurance. Okay, di ba kapag all about insurance, expenses, and prepaid, di ba guys, advance natin tong binabayaran bago natin magamit. So, dito may sample tayo ng transaction insurance expense na 100 and cash as 100. To record payment of insurance at a cost of 100 per month. So, prepaid insurance also has 600, then yung cash natin na i-credit is 600 din. So, to record payment of 6 months of insurance at a cost of 100 per month. So, si 100, tinimes natin siya sa 6 months. So, ang sagot po ay, magkano po? Na-compute nyo ba, guys? So, dito no, sa insurance, sa prepaid insurance natin, advance tayong nagbabayad. So, ang dineclare dito is 6 months advance. So, kung 100, in the second entry above, the business has paid 600 for 6 months of insurance. So, at the end of each month, it is necessary to recognize the use of 1 month of insurance by reducing the value of the asset account by 100. This is accomplished with the adjusting journal entry below. So, kapag nilagay natin siya sa adjusting entry, ito na po yung itsura niya. No, kasi dito, naka-dated siya na October 1. So, pag nasa adjusting entry na siya, since last day of the month, no, doon natin siya i-declare sa adjusting entries as 100. Okay po? So, this entry increases the expense account and reduces the asset account for the amount of insurance that was used up during the month. After this entry is posted to the ledger, the prepaid insurance account is reduced from 600 to 500 dahil nga in-account na natin siya sa adjusting entries. So, a similar adjusting entry would be recorded and posted at the end of each of the following 5 months, reducing the prepaid insurance account by 100 each time until it reaches a value of 0 at the end of the 6-month period. So, sa adjusting entry natin to ilalagay ha, kapag nagbabayad tayo ng prepaid insurance. Okay po? You may be wondering why it is in this situation, rather than just recording the entire payment of 600 to insurance expense, in the next chapter, you will learn that journal entries are the basis for creating financial statement. Okay? So, next tayo, unearned revenue. Sige, sino may, ano po yung unearned revenue? Bayad na, pero di pa nagawa yung service. Sino pa? May idea pa po ba yung iba for unearned revenue? Ayan, so wala na, tulog na sila. Ayan, so in some cases, a business will receive money in advance for services that will be provided in the future. So ito naman yung na-receive mong money in advance for services. Okay? So this situation creates a liability, an obligation to provide those services at a later date. Consider an attorney who receives a payment 500 from a client before any services are provided. Since revenues are recorded when they are earned, this receipt cannot be treated as income at this time. The attorney would record the receipt 500 in cash as follows. Ayan, so once na in-input natin siya sa ating entry, ganito siya, cash muna and then unearned fees for credit. So kung kanina unearned revenues tayo, sunod natin is accrued revenues. Sige po, tapat-type po sa message box. Any idea po about accrued revenues? Accrued. And for accrued revenues, so sabi ni Grace, not yet received payment pero nagawa na yung service. Okay? So some adjusting entries are necessary because of timing issues. So in accounting, to accrue means to accumulate. Revenues must be recorded in the proper period. Recall that most journal entries are prepared based on source documents. In the case of revenues, the business prepares an invoice or bill that describe the transaction. The bookkeeper then records the revenue using information on the invoice. In many businesses, there is a delay between the date of sale and the date the invoice is prepared. So here, meron tayong sample here. Assume that Joe Smith, attorney, provides legal services as 400 on account to his client. These services occur on Friday, October 30. Just Joe's bookkeeper creates an invoice on both the revenue recognition principle and the matching principle require the revenue to be recorded in the month of October. Since that is when it was earned, without an adjustment, the invoice would prompt the bookkeeper to record the revenue in November. The resulting journal entry is the same. The only difference is in the date applied to the entry. Okay, for our adjusting entries for accrued revenue. So at the end of the month, accounts receivable as debit 400 and for credit side is legal fees earned 400. So may note tayo lagi na to record legal fees provided to a client on account. So kung merong accrued revenues, meron din po tayong accrued expenses. So a similar type of adjustment is called an accrued expense, as in the case of revenues, expenses must also be recorded in the proper period. The bookkeeper generally uses a bill received from a vendor to generate the journal entry for an expense. This process can create timing issues as well. Consider the electric bill as an example. Electricity is used during October, but the bill will probably arrive in November. The cost of the electricity must be recorded in October, since that is when the expenses was incurred. Okay? So tandaan no. So the cost of the electricity must be recorded in October. So even November po yung arrive ng bill, so dapat ilagay pa rin po natin siya sa October record. So since that it is when the expense was incurred, if the amount of the electric bill is about the same each amount, then no adjustment is necessary. The bookkeeper just ensures that amount of electric expense is recorded. However, if the bill varies significantly from month to month, if the expenses is not a regularly occurring one, it is important to create an adjusting entry to record the correct amount of expense in the related period. So, since, di ba, meron tayong recorded sa October, tapos meron tayong pagbabago dun sa amount of bill, so, dun natin siya ilalagay sa adjusting entry natin. Kung magkano po ba yung in-adjust, kung tumaas po ba or bumaba. So, dun po natin siya ilalagay. So, depending on the type of expense and the amount involved, the bookkeeper may be able to estimate an appropriate amount. So, if the amount is difficult to estimate, it may be necessary to call the vendor and ask for a projected amount. So, the adjusting entry to record electric usage for October would be 150 utilities expense, and for credit is accounts payable of 150. Okay? So, ayan na yung adjusting entry niya na ni-record. So, since nag-adjust siya ng amounted ng 150, so yan po yung dineclare niya dun sa adjusting entry niya. Okay po? So, next tayo for accrued salaries naman. So, employee salaries are a unique type of accrued expense. Although employees may be paid by the week, the salary expense must be recorded for the calendar month. Adjustments are required when the end of the work week does not coincide with the end of the month. So, may example tayo dito na assume that employees are paid every Friday. So, for October, the final payday occurs on Friday, October 27. The following week, employees continue to work Monday to Friday. So, Monday is October 30 and Tuesday is October 31. If an employee is paid 200 per week or 40 per day, this must be rated for generalizing purposes. Earnings for Monday and Tuesday, October 30 and 31, amounting to 80 kasi 40 per day tayo times 2 dahil October 30 and 31. So, ito ay recorded in October. Earnings for Wednesday and Friday, November 1 to 3, amounting to 120. Kasi nga po, 3 days are recorded in November. From the employee's perspective, they receive 200 for the week. So, it is the bookkeeper's responsibility to ensure that the earnings are journalized correctly, ignoring any deductions for taxes and so on. The adjusting entry for October would be yung adjusting entry niya, 80 for October 30 and 31. So another entry would be recorded in November for the entire week salary as follows. So since 1 week po siya nagre-record, i-add po natin yung 120 para maging total siya ng 200. So to record payment of employee salaries. So the November 3 entry eliminates the salaries payable liability account. So total of 200 has been debited to salaries expense, 80 on October 31 and 120 on October 3 and November 3. So ito yung sample ng adjusting entries. So adjusting entries as first recorded in General Journal. These adjusting entries reflected the changes that had taken place but had not been recorded in the actual accounts. General ledger accounts must now be brought up to date at the end of the fiscal period so that these changes become part of the permanent bookkeeping accounts records. So, in our general journal, dyan sa books ninyo, so you may put the adjusting entries kung ano po ba yung binago dun sa business. So, mapa supplies yan, accrued expense, accrued salaries, guys. Meron tayong supplies expense in adjusting entry. So, dito, in-input niya yung debit and credit ng supplies expense. And then dito, sa baba, meron na tayong balance for January. Then, sa December, dahil nga fiscal period, so, nilagay niya yung adjustment na 950 na na-deduct, na naging expenses ng business. So, sa supplies expense, no, dineclare niya na yung adjustment as 950 rin dito. Okay po? So, the ledger posting reference column indicates posting from General Journal. These accounts, supplies, and supplies expense are now up to date. So, every time na meron po tayong adjusting entry sa ating transactions, you may put it also in our ledger, General Journal, ledger, and dun sa ating adjusting entry. So, ito yung mga dapat nating tandaan. Adjusting entries are dated on the last day of the fiscal period. The cash account is not used in any of these adjusting entries. Adjustment are simple journal entries with only one debit and one credit. Prepared expenses are assets when first acquired but become expenses as they are used, thus requiring an adjustment to record this change. So tonight, meron tayong vocabulary na ito, no? Yung lahat na binanggit ko kanina. So, tandaan natin. Itong merchandise inventory, guys, ito yung sinabi kanina na sa inventory, no? Kapag may adjustment tayong nagawa after the fiscal period sa adjusting entry, no? Kung ilan ba yung natira sa ating supplies, yan yun. So, kailangan kasi natin din dapat sakto po yung inventory ninyo sa physical supplies tsaka sa record din ninyo. Yan po yan, merchandise inventory. Okay po? So, here your exercise for tonight. So, gagawa nyo siya ng adjusting entry. Complete the journal on page 50 for the month ended June 30 using the following information for adjustment. So, ito yung general ledger account natin. Wala na kayong babaguhin dyan, okay? So, ang babaguhin nyo lang kapag may given dito na kailangan i-adjust. Okay? So, ito, tatlo yan. So, i-input nyo siya sa adjusting entry. So, from ledger account, from general ledger account to adjusting entry. Okay po? Ta-try natin siya. Ise-send ko ulit yung link natin for Excel. Exercise. Ayan guys, exercise 14. Lipat ko lang siya. So, lagay nyo lang din dito sa Excel file natin, sa Drive, no? Yung exercise 14, ang paglagay ng another sheet, file name nyo lang siya ng 14, tapos